You know what? I see why the fellas is mad at us. We used to do better. So I was talking to one of my homegirls not too long ago, and she tells me she's met the perfect guy, right? She's like, he's great, he's handsome, great job, all of that, right? Oh, nobody's perfect, of course, but standard wise, preference wise, he met everything. So then later on, she tells me, and she's like, oh, I dubbed him. He's just not right for me. And I'm like, well, what happened? Like, everything was good. Like, you were saying, like, this could have been future hubby. Like you was damn near on the right track for everything. Like, he was just matching up. You know what this woman tells me? She says, his car is old. And I say, okay, what does that mean? That What does that mean? She's like, well, he's been in his career for 10 plus years. He should have a brand new car. He should have something from this year. Like, why don't you have a more expensive car? Sis, sounds like he doesn't have a car payment. Sounds like he doesn't have um an extra $700-800 that he has to spend a month, or how much ever a car payment is. It sounds like he's saving up money. What's the problem? Does it work? Does it have an auxiliary cord? Does it have heat and air conditioning? That's all I really care about. Do the windows go up and down? Has it passed the inspection? That's really all that counts. But you're worried about it being an old car? Really? You're going to pass him up because his car is old? Just little shit like that explains why these men are sick of us. Because you can have a perfectly good guy with a good career. He takes care of himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that you could ask for, and it's just not enough. But it's women like me that will love on y'all. I just want to let you know that. Okay? We are out here. Stop paying attention to the materialistic women. That's the only thing I can say to you, men.
Girl, shout out to you. Okay? Shout out to this woman for having the authentic conversation. And let me tell you something, guys. As much as I constantly have this conversation, please don't ever forget that there are women who are swinging at me from all angles because I am not telling them anything that makes them feel good if they are aligned with the type of things that I talk about in my videos. Okay, so let's just please be clear about that. There's a lot of women who give women slack about these conversations. They are big mad. Okay, they are out like extremely upset about these conversations. So when women come up and talk about it, it does take courage. Okay, regardless of the reason why, the this, the that, like it does take courage to open up your mouth and talk against the quote unquote sisterhood. Because they want to be stuck in their delusion. They want to have the quote unquote upper hand when it comes to men. They don't want men knowing their secrets. They don't want men knowing the avenues that they go to. They don't want men knowing the tricks and the schemes, so that they can continue to misuse, mistreat, manipulate to get things done to their own advantage. So that's first of all. I just want to give her that, okay? For sure. But this is the thing. A lot of these women talk to other women and they're expecting the woman that they're talking to be like, yeah, sis, that's crazy. Oh, he don't got this kind of car? What's wrong with him? Oh, nah, girl. Yeah, I would have dropped him too. Like, because that's what they're so used to. But you have a woman who's looking at her dead in her eye. She looking at her dead in her eye like, okay, and this sounds like a man with a plan. This sounds like a man who has things put together. This sounds like a man who is careful of his credit. This sounds like a man who is thinking into his future, to buying a house. Like she said, who don't have no car payment. This sounds like a man who is a leader in his own right, who's not trying to keep up with the Joneses. And the woman who dropped him did the right thing. Okay? She did the right thing. Because if she didn't drop him, she would have talked about him just how she did to her homegirl. She would have continued talking about him throughout the whole relationship. Oh, I can't stand being in that car. It's so embarrassing. She would have clowned him, tried to emasculate him, disrespect him because she doesn't value him, again, because he is not living the life, quote unquote, right? That she deems as, as a man, as a player, how he's supposed to step, how he's supposed to move. So she would have hurt that man, disrespected that, caused him way too much trauma for no reason. So she did the right thing. She packed up her little self and she got right out the way for somebody like this woman, like she said, that can understand the situation. Understand that you might not be exactly where you want to be yet. I don't understand why women have come up with this mentality that their man is supposed to be driving a Bentley truck. Okay? He's supposed to be a millionaire. He's supposed to have all the, just look at reality. Okay? Look at the reality of life. I did a reaction video, speaking of this, I did the reaction video a couple days ago. And this woman that I did the reaction video on, who was speaking to women and telling women, everybody's not average, and we all can have exactly what we want, and we can be with this person and be with that person, and yada 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 free. Okay, that woman, I did the reaction video, and she actually did a reaction and said that I'm delusional. Okay, she said that I'm something wrong with me and my thought process. I thought about doing a reaction to her reaction. I was like, no, I don't got time for that. But there's women who actually believe that they are entitled, okay, to a certain type of man. Over and over again. Why? Because they said so. Because they said so. Because I said I deserve a man like this. So that's why I deserve a man like that. And that's what I'm going to have. And if he has a car that's old, that's not the man. So he needs to step aside and wait for me to get with my man who's going to have the things that I believe he's supposed to have. I said that's unrealistic. That woman said that it's my version of reality doesn't align with her version of reality, crazy. And there are women, like this woman just said, right? I'm glad she told her friend off. No, he doesn't. So because his car year is not the same car year that you want, you're tripping. You're bugging out. There's women who they think that they have the pick of the litter. And that's a whole different conversation. But there's a lot of women who believe that they are literally in control of who, they can pick, choose, and refuse men. And the results don't say that, first of all. Second of all, there's a lot of women who are standing there, and there are good men. Interestingly enough, when I said this in that video, this woman did not talk about the women who are letting good men pass them by. She had nothing to say about that. She just mad that I'm calling people delusional. Whatever. But there are men, this man he got probably the perfect credit, even if he doesn't, even if he's working on it. He has a car. He can pick you up. If something go wrong, he can come get you. He has a job. He's obviously respectful to this woman. He was all of these things. And you're going to let a materialistic object keep you from finding a good suited person. And again, a lot of these women going to go ahead and They gonna say, oh no, not me. I'm waiting for my king. I'm waiting for my this. I'm waiting for my man that has the bag. And I'm waiting for my man that has the coin. Okay. You know what happens? A lot of times they step back and that so-and-so called man ain't there. You know what he do? He hit it and quit it. The man that she is saying is the only man that she can settle down with, that she could be in a relationship with, that she want to, you know what happens? A lot of times, those women end up with no man or piece of man. They don't have a man of their own. Why? Because the men who valued you, you saw no value in them because they didn't have what these rappers have or what the other person have. And it's so dumb. It's so dumb. And you know, I love the fact that more and more and more, and a lot of people, like, you know, when I used to have these conversations in the beginning, a lot of people tell me, even sometimes they tell me now, like, oh, you know, you're wasting your breath and this and this and that. It's not true. I'm not wasting my breath. Because over and over again, I see people, a lot of women waking up to the foolishness. They hear the conversations, and at first they might be like, oh, no, y'all tripping or whatever. No, I don't know. Like, yeah, but I need my man to be able to do this. Like, they're on the fence. And then their homegirls will come to them and say some foolishness to them, and they'll be like, oh, this is what Rivah is talking about. Oh, I get it now. Because the argument turns into who said I want a man to begin with. Like the women who keep them bound, the women who keep them single. When I would say something like, you know, this is the advice that keeps women single. They'll say, so who has a problem with being single? And then the women are like, oh, hold up now. I want a man. I want to be in a relationship. I want a husband. So y'all really are telling us stuff to keep us single because you're single. And you quote unquote happy single. Oh, absolutely not. Like a lot of the women are like, absolutely not. And now what do we need to do to get it together? But I love that she said this. I love that she said this. And I'm telling you the truth right now. If that woman would have said that to me, I would have been like, you are a fool. You just said you wanted all of these things. You are tripping. How do you not know that this man was not in the process of upgrading his vehicle? Maybe he bought land. Maybe he bought properties. Maybe he was investing other things and he wanted to make sure that he had residual income to pay for the car that he actually wants. Instead of being around you with a car payment that he could barely afford just to impress you in it. Hello? I want to know what y'all think about this in the comment section down below. I could keep talking about this over and over again. There's so much I could say about this one video, but I want to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.